Are you dealing with a job you hate? Well, I'm here to help you with part 2. You. Yes, our bosses and coworkers can be rude, and the workload can be overwhelming. But before we deal with those external issues, we need to talk about the role you play. Now hear me out. This isn't about saying you're the problem. It's about making sure you have a healthy level of self-awareness. And before we can dive into self-awareness, we need to talk about your sense of self and love. And you can't have a healthy sense of self unless you first grasp God's love and perspective of you. I think it's important to start with some honest reflection. Ask yourself, what do you feel God thinks and feels about you? Be honest. Now remember, He may not like your sin, but you are not your sin. If you think God looks at you with anything but love, grace, and positive thoughts, it's time to tell Him how you feel and allow Him to renew your mind. God is real and active. Let Him show you through His words and actions. Remember, it's a personal relationship. And don't just stop at head knowledge. Receive His love. This is the source of your worth, value, and unshakable esteem, not based on achievements or the opinions of others. Once you fully receive His love, your view of yourself and even your mistakes will shift. And when your view of yourself changes, you start seeing others differently as well. You'll have grace for your own shortcomings, and you'll have grace for the others. There are times when we think negatively of ourselves and excuse how we perceive our interactions with others. For example, someone might simply be correcting a mistake you made, but because you're carrying insecurities, you perceive their words as an attack. Now that you begin working on receiving God's love and self-acceptance, let's dive deeper into self-awareness. Who are you? You are not your job, your achievements, or even your personality traits. At your core, you are a child of God. Everything else, your habits, behaviors, and tendencies, are just expressions shaped by your experiences, upbringing, community, and the original version of yourself that God designed before outside influences came into play. We all lean towards certain tendencies, such as being shy or outspoken. Sometimes these are innate, things you're just born with, but other times they're responses to past experiences. As Christians, not only are we born again, but we are called to die to ourselves. This means we are no longer dictated by our flesh or old habits. Instead, we should be led by the Holy Spirit in all things. So statements like, "This is just who I am," are no longer a relevant excuse. Our relationship with God transforms us. Through Him, we have the power to change, grow, and become who He has truly called us to be. When guided by the Holy Spirit, our natural tendencies will be redefined to serve His purposes. This isn't about changing who you are, but allowing God to direct how your gifts and traits are used. To have a sense of self, you need to find the true version of you. There's always going to be a sense of discontentment when you're disconnected from understanding who God created you to be. As a child, before outside influences began shaping you, what were you like? What did you like? To help identify behaviors or personalities that were not a part of God's original design for you, you can ask yourself questions like, why do I act the way I do? Am I moving from a place of God-given confidence, or am I reacting to pain, fear, or insecurity? Is this habit or behavior something God designed in me, or is it a defense mechanism I adopted? If any of those are true, those are areas that God can heal. This is a forever project. With every new revelation of God and His character, you'll discover more about yourself, and you'll grow in self-awareness, and you'll notice it changing how you interact with others and the world around you. Thanks for watching. I hope this video encouraged you to reflect on God's love and grow in self-awareness. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss part 3, where we'll dive into practical steps for navigating workplace challenges and improving relationships with others. See you in the next video.